Hello everyone, this is Jason. I'm going to show you how to find the perimeter of a regular polygon if you're just given the apothem. Remember, the apothem is just the distance from the center of any regular figure perpendicular to one of the sides. So that's the apothem right there. This is similar to one of the exercises in your lesson. So I'm going to say that my apothem for this problem is 10. So I'm going to let that value equal 10. And I just want to know the perimeter. Well, how do I go about that? Well, first of all, we're going to break this figure into triangles. And I'm just going to focus on this one because it's really the only one I need. So I'm going to break this into a triangle. So if I can figure out the sides of this triangle, I can use that to help me figure out the perimeter. So I'm going to do that by using trigonometric ratio. So we'll talk about that as we get going. So let's take a look at everything we need to know. Well, in order to use a trig ratio, I'm going to have to know what this central angle is. Now remember, to find the central angle, you have to take 360 and divide it by the number of sides. Well, this is an octagon, so in this case, I'm taking 360 and dividing it by 8. And I have my calculator here, so 360 divided by 8 gives me 45. Now 45 is not the value I'm going to be able to use, but that's what I have to use in order to get the value I need to use. So 45 is this angle right here, so that's the big angle. I don't need to know the big angle. I need to know just half of it right here, so I just need to know this. So if I know that that whole angle is 45, then I know if I take that and divide by 2, I'm going to get this angle right here. So 45 divided by 2 is 22.5 degrees. So that's the value I'm going to use in my calculations. So that's 22.5 degrees. So now once I have that, I'm going to set up, I'm going to focus just on that triangle. So let me kind of draw that triangle out. So we're focusing just on that triangle. So there's my right angle. That's my angle that I'm focusing on, which is 22.5. And I want to find this value. I know that this is 10. So if I look at this for this angle, I'm trying to find the opposite. I know the adjacent, so that's a tangent function. So I'm finding the tangent of 22.5. And I know it has to equal this ratio, x divided by 10. So I'm going to solve that. Multiply both sides by 10. I get 10 times the tangent of 22.5. And now on this, make sure your calculator is in the correct mode. Make sure it's in degree mode, not in radian mode. It'll tell you right there, or somewhere, wherever your whatever calculator you're using, it'll tell you if you're in the degree mode. It's very important that you're in the degree mode so you get the correct answer. So on this, I'm just going to find the tangent of 22.5. So I have to, on this calculator, and you have to know the functions of your calculator, I have to put in the value first, then I have to hit tangent, and then I'm going to multiply by 10. And so that gives me approximately 4.1. Now what does that represent? That represents half the length of one of the sides. So that's just the distance from here to here. So I need to know the whole distance. So that whole distance, multiply it by 2. So that's going to be 8.2 is each side of this hexagon, or excuse me, octagon, hexagon. So now I'm going to take this and multiply it by the number of sides, which is 8. So I'm going to go 8.2 times 8. And that gives me 65.6. So that's going to be my approximate perimeter of my figure. So I hope this helps you with that. If you don't, please let me know so I can give you some more advice.